relay or something like that on YouTube does the same thing in reverse for Twitch to YouTube, so that my two chats can communicate and stuff. But yeah, all as it is like American date ranges are usually the month and then the date and stuff. So yeah, it can get like mixed up with that. But I do the same thing sometimes when I'm like seeing dates and stuff, and I'm like, is this Australian stuff? Like some stuff like automatically translates it. Like if you have a look at my schedule page on Twitch, it will always show you whatever the time I'm going to stream is in your local time. Also, I've already done my research on this novella. It's one of those things where as long as it's not combining the two chats with a third-party app and it's to do with displaying it on screen, it's also a matter of, you know, nobody mention it kind of shit as well. Like if somebody sits here and they, like, I don't know, bring it up and stuff, I'm more likely to have an issue with it. But yeah, I want my chats to be able to talk to each other. Apparently in the same chat is fine. I've just got to go about it a really specific way, which I've done. But yeah, this has allowed me to be able to have you guys be able to interact with each other, which is pretty cool because, you know, there's instead of it just being you guys are only talking to me, you guys can talk to each other, which is nice. I think I've got still some space in the freezer. Yeah, a freezer's got space for drinks. And I've still got some wheat to put away. Okay. Apart from the fact I think I'm down to like her last like eatable egg, there is materials I can take out of there. The junk I might end up putting outside, I don't know. Still got some accessories and crap. What else do we got around this place? I put that in the wrong container just then. In there. I also have like the spare 2 baseball bats, which I've got to like sort out. So I've got like 2 containers plus, give me that. Give me that. Yeah, no, I'm not going to talk about that. Let's drag these over. I'll move that into the other container. So we've got 1 container of clothing up here, which I might honestly just take all downstairs. So I know we've got it in here, but I want these to be like 4 dumping containers if I can. And I don't think any of those are accessories or containers or anything like that. So yeah, we'll take all this downstairs, which will give me 4 boxes that I can use again as dropping stuff into inventory. But now that I've got stuff in certain areas, I can walk up to them and do what I do on fucking 7 days, which will make it a little bit quicker and easier for me to actually carefully put stuff away. As long as I remember this exists. Like, if I forget this exists, this is going to be like a wasted experiment, basically. But I have like some stuff I don't really have like a place to put it yet. But I still have a bathroom, so I can always put like junk stuff, I guess, in the bathroom. Or whatever. But I think I've got like, I've got gardening, I've got fishing. Those 2 boxes are empty. I started putting the paint up on the counters, which honestly I might just continue to like put paint around the place. It's like as long as it's somewhere, I can't put that there. Because I don't need that to be sitting in the bin. This is a perfectly fine container. She can't lift anything at the moment. So I don't think I've got any bags. This is just clothing. So what I was gonna do, got the knife box. We're probably gonna need a second knife box, which means this one could be clothing. So as long as I've got 1 piece of clothing in here, most of it will transfer over, or should. Gonna transfer same type. No, she's not gonna do it automatically. Hold on. I think it needs like a certain amount in there before it just does it. Or it could be because she's like overloaded. I haven't quite worked that out yet, but we'll work on it. I've still got some accessories which I'm going to throw in with it. Some of this stuff is like borderline protective gear, borderline accessory crap. I'm just going to put it in with it. I kind of still need to figure out a spot to put my like torches that they're not going to catch on fire. And I'm thinking I'm going to put those where the tent is upstairs. I think that's a good spot for that. Maybe my spare baseball bats, spare weapons. Well, weapons being subjective on that. Let's see, what have we got? We got the nightsticks. I thought about putting them in there with that, with my baseball bats. I was gonna potentially put water. I don't really want like all the broken ones, but I will put that in for like probably firewood. I know you can repair this. I don't know how to yet. I could probably hold on to it in that same container. Probably be fine. And yeah, as far as like animal parts and junk and stuff, I'll probably just go and put it elsewhere. Not the rabbit one. I want all these to go in here. The nightsticks to go in here. These 2 baseball bats can go in there. And then I'll put the... I don't know if the badge is flammable, but I mean it should be. I've seen some interesting things that this game reckons I can set fire to. So now we've just got like all this water, which like I could either stack up better in the corner, or I could find one of these containers. If one of these is empty, I could put it in there. Let's see. You. I want that to go in there because that's probably flammable. That's the electricals. That's the materials. Okay. We're kind of like almost down to like the end of this, nearly. You get in there. I've kind of got like some kind of like sense to this. We've got the flammable shit next to it as like the closest thing that I can possibly set shit on fire, which is acceptable. I've got an electronics box, a materials box, an empty one, which I could put water. I've got 2 empty ones. I've still got stuff on the ground here though. I've still got stones, which I think is a material. We'll find out. Yeah, it's a material. I can put that in with the materials. I can pop that in there. Okay. I can't believe how clean the fucking floor is in here. So we've got car parts in this other room, which I've got to go and grab the hood from over here somewhere. I've got to keep the thing open because it's in the grass somewhere. I think it's over here. That's in my trailer. Yeah, here it is. Okay, can you grab that? We got to bring that inside. I don't know if there's another one of this. I think I might have been putting car parts in my black van. Take a quick look if there's anything else in this. You're empty. You're empty. You are not. That's where all my other car parts are. I'm going to be able to grab all this, but I'll see what I can grab. And the Plonky's van out the front's got like all the rotted stuff. But I honestly thought about putting like the junk items in there too. Whenever I find junk items, it's just putting it in like its glove box and crap or on its seats. Like, as long as like if I could ever get its like engine running, I don't know if you can grab that. If I could get its engine running, I could drive it away and dump it somewhere and come back, you know. Or I could just fill up one of my other cars, you know. Whatever works. You know, I don't have a lot of space left for car stuff. Most of these are kind of broken car stuff, I'm pretty sure. We'll see what I can put inside. Plus, it will give me an idea of, like, if they're okay condition or not, because they'll be inside in an actual area that I can see my stuff. Now, the hood might not fit. The hood and the extra tires outside might not fit. This one was full, and what about that one? Okay, they're both full. Can I put this on something? Because actually, does this count as another... I guess it does, but I don't think that's going to fit in there. Or not. Apparently, you can put a car hood in a desk drawer. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna question that. I've still got tires on me. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, we don't question what she does with that. There's crayons in that one I've got to get out at some point too. I need you to grab it into that one. Okay. So now my cars are emptied. Means that if they're drivable, I only need to put like fuel into them. They're fine. I put all the fuel cans into the trailer because I think if I go for an excursion with the car, I'd like to fill up the gas tanks if I could with as much as possible. Okay, let's see what can fit. You're not going to fit that. You're not going to fit the other one, I assume. No, what about the straw? So funny if it fits. Nope, it's not going to fit either. So I'm going to have to place them. I did have ducks up on top of here. Let's put the tires here because that will tell me that that's car stuff on like a glance. I also have like miscellaneous additional seats here. I should put like that nice computer chair in there, or I should grab the couch chair, the single one, and I should put it near the fire, like in the room, so she can actually enjoy the fire and sit on like something nice. Place item. Can't quite see this one, but that should be fine there. Alright, so that's all the car stuff brought inside. Give me this. Give me this particular thing. And the only reason why I want it is because she can never actually get around this setting. She can never use this seat. But I think it would be kind of comfortable if I was to bring it up in here. I don't know about putting it right beside that. I kind of feel like that's a fire hazard. But, like, that seems a little close. But if I put it there, I don't know if I can get my stuff out. So I'll put it there for the moment. I can move it in a second. But it'd be nearer. It'd be nearer to where I need it to be. Yeah, that just seems like it's extremely flammable. Okay. I need you to try to pick up all the water so that we can move this over at least. Because I wouldn't mind having, like, the chair here, and I'd like to put, like, the water in the corner. Or even if I could just move it into that at the moment, that would also be really useful. Okay, we've still got one more water pot. And we got all those outside. So this is not quite where I want to store water, but it stacks really neat, so I don't care too much. We've got fresh boiled water up in here. And I'll see if I can move this, because the furniture should be movable. So I should be able to rotate it before I even want to use it. Let me see if I can rotate this. Oh, you know what it was? Is I didn't rotate the other thing previously. No, I don't want you to sit on it, love. It's supposed to be able to click R for it. There we go. Okay, so I mustn't have done that properly on... Oh, it didn't save. Fine, let's see if you can pick this up. Let's see if you can put it down about... I don't know if that's going to be close enough, but I kind of prefer that kind of distance because I can see directly in front of it. I was going to put it like there, where it should be like nice and warm, but let's see. You do that. I don't know. Why can't you rotate? Hold button, move cursor to rotate. Okay. What? Alright, that's worked. Okay, if that's how that works, put that back. I need your flashlight out. Because this thing can probably rotate then. If I just didn't know how to do it. Items have stuff in container. Okay, I can't move that now. That's fine. That's fine. What I do want to do is I kind of want to move this silly little table. Because it's always like a fucking pain in the ass. I'd rather put that down there. Honestly, it's been a very nice aesthetic and crap. But, it's kind of just... It's not... I don't know if this is going to take like a half an end. Can you take both of that? That's interesting. You can pick up like both ends of it when it's a thing like that. I don't know if it's going to fit here. I don't think it's going to fit there. Let's see if... Okay. There's a pretty good chance that this isn't going to fit. So I'll pick this up. I'll put the table down the back here. Because I don't really need the table anywhere. I'd like to move this thing out of here. I'd rather have that like over here on the side or something like that. Let's put back down that over here. Move that the fuck out of the way. Because I have, actually, that's fine. That can sit there. Looks pleasant. And I guess this table, I mean, that's in front of the TV. That's in front of the window. I actually thought about moving this chair backwards a tiny bit, which wouldn't be too bad because, like, we're up against the window there. If I move it back a bit, I can use both seats of the couch. I could have just left probably that table and moved this back in hindsight. This is fine. We can move it at another time. I want to lift these. That and that. I haven't really done any, like, moving shit around stuff. Yeah, can you lift that? Carpentry. Okay, she's got to have higher carpentry. So I literally can't lift that. Which means I've got to move this. I'll move this behind it. Because we're not really using this table.
Yeah.
But it is in the way. So I'll go and put this up and around behind here. Because, like, I don't really need it. But I don't have anywhere to put it either at this time. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, let's get your ass to sleep. Probably should have left that on for a second. I don't think she's starving or anything. Let's get your ass to sleep. She's hungry. She's got starving to death. I could wake her up and feed her. Oh, wait a minute. She's gonna eat the egg as soon as she wakes up. That'll stop her from starving. Alright, let's get you something else to eat instead. I've got all kinds of miscellaneous cans of stuff, which, as I said, I wanted to grab all the cans at some point too. Move them into their own drawer. I know there'll be food, but which my person will probably find in other containers and be like, okay, I'm going to move like whatever's in her inventory into the thing, but I just want to grab all of her cans so that when I actually look in a bunch of containers, I can find canned stuff for adventures a lot faster. Realistically, like the granola bars and stuff are kind of important too. Do use those for like adventures as well. She's only very hungry now. She got minor damage probably because she's carrying too much weight. Not really seeing a shit ton of cans in here, to be fair. Yeah. There's not a lot of cans. There's still some. It's surprising that, like, there wasn't more cans of food in and around the house. Realistically, that did kind of surprise me a little bit. Okay, there's, like, white sugar and stuff. Okay. I just want to put... What I might do, actually. It's not a bad idea. Or I don't know if it's going to be like one at a time kind of shit with this. Is it? Maybe. I'll place a couple of them down. Kind of feel like this is almost a bit easier for her to like see where her fucking cans of shit are and how many like we've got. It's not really what I wanted, but it's fine. What's that? Can of potatoes. How about you open and eat that one? Because you were nearly starving to death, so I don't think that that egg's going to hold you off for long. To be fair, eggs are pretty good for that kind of stuff. I don't know where I'm going to put the alarm clock. I guess I could put it on top of that. We used to use the alarm clock at one point when the electricity was on ages ago to like keep track of if there was actually... Hey, that was like checkered for a second there. Yeah, we used to keep track of when like the TV shows and stuff were on. Ironically, I have the kind of TV that can play like the VHSs, but I haven't like used it. I've got 2 generators now. If I could get some good fuel, I could probably get like one of my person like red and all that sort of stuff up and about. I would like to kind of rotate that. I guess I can. But that's fine if it just sits there like that. I'll see if I can rotate it. Is it gonna do the clock? No. No, I don't want to play something. I want the little clock. I don't think it's gonna do it. Is the TV? It's underneath that one. Yeah, okay. I can't rotate that. That's fine. Whoop, wrong button. Okay, it can sit there for the moment. I've got a couple of cans. I've got a lot of stuff here I don't quite know what to do with. I've got a can and I've got a whisk still in the kitchen. Must have been on top of a thing. Okay. This furthest one. We'll hydrate in a secondly. Hold on. I'm going to try to empty this out into the other cupboards. Get that hydrate. Hold on. I don't know if I want a container on the end to be like stuff, but I would like there to be like an empty container to bring back food. So I'll pack out the other ones as best I can. It'd be funny if I put all the ketchup in that, actually. I might do that. I might do that. It sounds like something I would do. I might not be able to move the rice because it's pretty heavy. Okay, she can't carry the rice. But apart from the whisk, which can stay in there so I don't accidentally pick it up, I want basically the ketchup, soy sauce, all you've got in there in the way of sauces. So I want all of this shit to try to fit in there, if you can. I don't know if I put the soy sauce back in, but that's okay if I did. Guys, go in there. We'll do it until it stops taking more food into this container. I'll probably put like the maple syrup back in here, to be fair. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go put the mustards and like condiments in the barbecue. Because like, why not? The soy sauce can stay with me. I know some of this stuff is like dicey for like if it is something that should be in here, but it's fine. Actually surprised so much fit in that. Well, I'll have to find from the other two cupboards if I've got any condiments in it, because by the sounds of it, I've got space. I may not have quite as much food as I thought. Give me that. I've got paper that's not supposed to be in there. And we've got ketchup. There's maple syrup, there's mustard. I feel like taking like the olive oil, honestly. I feel like that should come with me. Rice vinegar. The vinegar. I'm pretty sure I left one of the other drink type things somewhere. What's in that one? There's olive oil. Like marinara and stuff. Like she drinks that shit as well. What else we got? I do feel like the bouillon cubes are the other thing, but this is fine. Alright. So, like this is a bit excessive, but all of these can go into this. Since I've got the space, I might as well use it, you know? Okay, so she's got like a fire thingy on her that I've got to put away. She's got a can. I'm not quite sure what to do with some of that stuff. I've got some planks. We've made this room nicer. Yeah, put that in there. Not gonna fit much more of that. I don't know if she's drinking that. Can you... Surprised how cold it is outside for her. It's like -10. Place that. She's like as like miserable as possible. I know this looks like it's got water in it, but it's fine. I'm just gonna place it outside because it's kind of like this crushed can that we've had decorating the house for like ages. Okay, so we've got car stuff in here, plus miscellaneous ducks that I've found around the place. Then I've got to take all these water cans too. We get them off the ground. Alright, so we've got miscellaneous water and a couple of spare weapons and stuff I'd like to repair later in here for neatness. It must be at the limit for capacity with that. That's fine. We'll put these over on the floor in the corner as best I can. The rest of the water cans can stay in here. Because these are like boiled up. So realistically, the bottles that are empty, I need to fill those. Because I've got a lot of water. And I got a lot of water bottles and stuff, and it won't take long for all of that to like be filled up. So I want basically like this whole section be a heap of like spare water. There we go. Okay. So what else we got? Oh, I've got the olive oil in here. I've got to go put away. So I've got the cans over there. I've got my oil I'm putting up in the barbecue. I've got a whisk to go downstairs. Anything in that... Anything in here? I have liquid cleaning stuff. So that's some household stuff I've got to put away elsewhere. Give me that. And there's nothing currently in the washing machine, which I will put stuff in there for sure. I could honestly put like all the empty bottles. Well, it probably wouldn't fit, but you know what I mean. What have I got? The cleaning stuff, household stuff. Have I got any more household things? No. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so I've got just a couple more things to put here. I've got one more thing to take downstairs. I have like basically this stuff that I don't really know what to do with. And I've got... Oh, hold on. I've still got clothes up in here. I've still got to take downstairs, which is fine because I've got to take that whisk downstairs too. So we'll get that all the way down into basement. So how's her like health and stuff going? She's like 81. She's lost like I think 7 kilos or something since I started stream. I guess that's good. I don't really have to... Well, she might hit underweight soon. I don't know what it is if she gets the underweight skill. Trait or whatever. I haven't had that before. Ironically, she's killed no zombies. And she's been alive for 6 days and 6 hours. This is like as close to like my first person that I ever had. Realistically, where I was like inside for like forever. Let's see, I've got like a bunch of... Oh, that's right, the light source stuff can come with me too, because I figured out where I wanted to put that. Okay. The rest of the stuff I'll just have to figure out, and the wood and whatever. Not too sure yet. The wood's not going to fit in the container that I want it to. Let's see, clothing. Clothing was down here somewhere. Oh, there's the... Okay, I can put the whisk in here. Whisk can go in that. Where did I put the clothing? There. Okay. Just put everything at the same type. Thought I had... Do I have 2 containers of clothing? Or do I just have the one? To be fair, I have like a shit ton of the same items because my people have like brought back the same thing over and over again. Some of this stuff I'll scrap and pull apart. Whatever I have that doesn't fit is the tank tops and stuff. I was thought about grabbing out like the boots. And I have another container here somewhere. I thought I put some broken stuff away. Yeah, it's not that. The fishing stuff is down here. I've got other protective stuff here. The only thing I could do is maybe use like this shelf for fucking just clothing and free up like a whole box. I might just do that because there's a shit ton of clothing she's got. I want to keep it for when I have a high level tailor that could come in and rip apart some stuff and get some thread and or like patch some other clothes and stuff. So I don't want to like try to pull it all apart now because I think that would just be the biggest waste. Yeah, I'll pull this all over. I'm surprised that the containers down here are so much bigger than the ones that I brought home. Like whatever the fuck these are, just cupboards. I brought home crates that are twice the size of these things, and these things are holding like most of a container, you know? But yeah, this'll make it a little bit easier. I'll be able to kind of like go around my base and like fill up boxes that already have certain items in them, and then I'll be able to anything that doesn't have a spot I can just put in the 4 junk boxes until I can figure it out what to do with them. But yeah, this makes it a hell of a lot better. I don't know if you can carry any more, but if you can, we'll walk it over to the other thing. I kind of thought that she had like a lot of clothes. I also figure I could pull apart maybe some of those watches. I don't know if that's going to give me electrical, but I might be able to. I guess it's crafts? Oh no, it's disassemble. It's electricals. Okay, cool. So she's even got like more potentially like clothing electrical stuff that we could use, which is kind of neat. All right, let's get all this over into there. There's so much stuff. I'm actually surprised that like I've put away basically like all of my things. Except for like the few couple of items that I've got upstairs that I just don't know what to do with. Which like I don't really want to put in like the miscellaneous 4 boxes. But like I have got one more spare box upstairs. It's just that like I don't really know what they're used for. I think it's like I've got like animal parts and stuff. Alright, she's nearly finished putting all that away. And then I want all of these chucked in there too if it can fit. Alright, so she's going to have protective gear and she's got clothes. She's got guns and sharp weapons. She's got tools, kitchen equipment, paints, fishing gear, bags all down here. And then upstairs we've got the water cabinet with the... Well, we've got the water side of the kitchen. We've got all the food side of the kitchen. Then we've got the cupboard with like my spare blunt weapons and tent and like boiled water. And we got materials and what else we got? We got the car room, got the car parts room.